Hey, what's up guys? In this ON1 Photo RAW video tutorial, we're going to edit this photo that I took in Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam, also known as Saigon. You can see the photo, it is quite noisy if we zoom in here. You can see the photo was taken at ISO 2000 of this cityscape. It is a little bit on the blurry side as well. I used a beginner camera and the RFS 18 to 45 beginner lens. Plus it was drizzling or there was a little bit of rain in the area. So yeah, let's see what we can do in improving this photo. So the first thing I'm obviously going to do is I'm going to go to the noise and sharpening. And I'm just going to cheat here a little bit and I'm just going to click on both right now. And usually I just like keeping the default settings when I'm using the noise and sharpening. So you can see the before and after. So I think that looks good. I don't want to take up too much of your time with this tutorial, and we've got to make sure it gets updated or processed for the preview. But anyways, I'm going to click on apply right here. And then it'll take a few more seconds to get this packed in or rendered in. Okay, so now we have the noise and sharpening looking good. Next thing I want to do is I want to activate the automatic lens correction here. So that's the before and that's the after. So you can see a subtle improvement, including in the vignetting. And I'm just going to leave it as it is. Actually, let me see with the distortion if I can improve it. Actually, I think I'm improving it quite a bit on the buildings, but I'm messing up the water here. So I'll just leave that at 0. I just have to double click on the slider to reset it. And let me minimize this lens correction. And I'm going to go to transform here. I'm going to activate this. And you can see the buildings are a little bit slanted. One thing we can do is use these keystone or these guides here to line it up or level this up, but I already tried that earlier and it didn't go so well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to automatically adjust these sliders here. I'll start with the vertical and I'm just eyeballing this to improve the appearance or the perspective or correct the distortion, I should say. And of course, I can always come back to this later. I think that's good. So keep in mind, I'm eyeballing it. The other thing is the rotation here. Of course, the water is always curving along the coastline, so the horizon may be already leveled, but just to make it look a little bit more level to the human eye, I will adjust the rotation, let's say about like that, 0.4. I think that looks pretty good. And then the other thing I want to do is change the aspect ratio just to give it a more wide angle look or make these buildings a little bit more wider. So I can make it more narrow like this, or I can make it more wider by moving it to the left slightly. I think minus 0.9 looks good. So with the transform tool, this is the before and this is the after. Before and after. So it's a subtle improvement. Of course, we can go overboard and correct these with layers, but that'll just take too long. But anyways, I like how this photo is starting to look, and it looks a little bit cleaner. The next thing I want to do is I want to blur this photo or the water here in the foreground. So what I'm going to do is go to the effects here. I'm going to click on add filter. I'm going to select the water right here, and then I'm going to click on blur right here. And it'll just take a few seconds to process. And here's the mask. I'll turn it on right here. That's the black and white mask. And I'll go to the color overlay. Let me deactivate it. And for the type of blur, usually for blurring, Gaussian blur is the standard. I can just change a slider like that. But I think what I liked earlier when I was playing around with this is this motion blur for the water. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the distance here to about 162. I'll leave the angle as it is, and then I will increase the smoothing to about 21. So I think that looks pretty good. Let me show you the before and after, before and after. And one thing I want to mention is I'm going for a more softer look with this image since the image itself was pretty soft. We'll see how it turns out. The other thing I want to do is adjust this mask a little bit. So I'm going to go to Mask AI here. And then I'm going to click right here. I'm going to click on Refine Mask. I'm going to turn on the mask right here. I'm going to increase the feather or the transition. And I'm going to shift the edge. I always forget which way it goes, so I want to shift it up a little bit. I don't mind if this area right here is a little bit blurry, so I'll shift the edge. And let me see with the feather. I think that looks good. Yeah, so that looks a little bit better. I don't want a hard line or a hard transition here, so I wanted to increase the feather and shift the edge a bit. So I think that looks pretty good. So let's see the before and after. So we got the blur looking good. And actually, I want to clean up the blur a little bit. And I'm going to put the opacity at 85 so we can bring in these highlights here or these reflections. This is at 85 opacity and this is at 100. So I think 85 looks pretty good. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to add depth lighting to adjust the lighting, of course. So I'll click on Add Filter. And then I'm going to click on Depth Lighting. And again, with this filter, just like the noise reduction and sharpening, I'm going to cheat a little bit. Or not really cheat, but just save some time. I'm going to click on the presets right here. And I'm going to click on this high key preset. So you can see the image is becoming more softer and more brighter. So here's the before and here's the after. Now, the next thing I want to do is with the background temperature, I'm going to bump it up to 100. And you can see it looks a little bit warmer. If I cool it, I can cool it like that. The foreground, I'll leave it just as it is, but this is how it looks when I'm messing with these sliders. So you can get some interesting looks. And let me just reset that by double clicking on the slider node right here. So I think the depth lighting looks pretty good. Let's see the before and after. So we got this more softer, warmer look to this image. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to add a glow here. So I'll click on Add Filter. I'm going to click on Glow here. And again, instead of messing with these sliders, I like playing with these presets. It saves me a lot of time. And for this image, I like the Charge More presets. So this is Charge More Normal, Strong, and Subtle. But I'm going to keep it on Strong. And keep in mind, I can also change these sliders, but you can also change the blend modes here to get a different look. But I'll just keep it on Overlay. So I think that looks pretty good. Or maybe Soft Light is a little bit softer. I'm not too sure if I notice too much of a difference between Overlay and Soft Light. Overlay definitely looks a lot more stronger. I think I'll keep it on Soft Light just like that for the blend mode. So that looks pretty good. I think I have another tutorial on blend modes, but yeah, so I'm just going to keep it on Soft Light here. So that looks good. We got 3 filters so far. Let's take a look at the before and after. So you can see this image has dramatically improved. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to add a color grade or play around with the colors. So I'm going to go to color grading. I'm going to click on that. And then there's a bunch of presets here. And I'm going to go for this Seafoam Shadows. I like that one the most, but here are a few other ones. So I'm going to keep it on Seafoam Shadows. just like that. And let's see here. Let's see the before and after. Before and after. So great. So with a few filters here, we were able to dramatically improve this image. And one thing we didn't do is with this image, we didn't crop it or we didn't clean it up. You can see there's a little bit of debris here. We can use the remove tool or the retouch tool to clean that up. Another thing I didn't mention at the beginning of this video is that there were like bats flying around in Vietnam or right here along the coast. So there was definitely bats in the vicinity. Some of my other photos have bats in the image. They look like rain spots or birds, but this one doesn't look like it has any bats in the image. I'm sure I can really zoom in somewhere and find them, but I can probably just clean this up here. I'll go to retouch, and I'm not going to use generative retouching. I'll just use this tool right here, healing brush. Yeah, that's what it is. So I'm just going to brush over here, and it's just going to pick a spot, and I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks fine. So that area looks good. And of course, as I mentioned, I haven't cropped it. I'm going to probably post this image on social media and maybe a blog post or something. So I'm going to do different crops with this. I also didn't add a vignette yet, or maybe I really shouldn't add a vignette because this whole area or border is the vignette because it's already dark. So it doesn't make sense to add a vignette, and it's already dark in these corners. The other thing is in the develop section here, if I go to tone and color, you can see the highlights are blown out. Especially if I go to the level section, you can see right here, it's blown out on the histogram. And of course, there's different ways to reduce the highlights. I can go to the white section and just push it to the left here. It's a very subtle change. I'm not too sure if you notice it when I move it to the left, but that's one option. There's different ways to adjust the highlights, including using luminosity masking, which ON1 Photo RAW does have. And the other thing is you can see this image is soft, but there's different ways to like make it pop out or a little bit more, or give it a little bit more punch. I can just increase the contrast just like that, just slightly, just to make it look more detailed or sharp along the edges. I think maybe even keeping the contrast at, let's say 19 looks good, or I can reset that and then I can just use Brilliance AI, see what that does. That definitely makes it look interesting or give it a more bigger punch. And the foreground is still soft, but I'll deactivate Brilliance AI. I'll go back to the tone and color. I'll just increase the contrast myself. Let's say around like 24. And keep in mind, this is counterintuitive with the edits I was doing earlier with the effects. I was making it more blurry or a soft image, but when I'm adding the contrast, it's making it sharper and giving it a pop. And then I can add a little bit of vibrance to even give it more pop, especially in the background here in the sky. I think I'll just keep it at 20. So that's my ON1 Photo RAW tutorial for a cityscape. And welcome to Saigon, Vietnam, by the way, guys. And I would like to know what your thoughts on this tutorial is. And if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. And as always, live easy, sleep breezy, and stay lovely. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm writing on Substack right now, so make sure to subscribe on Substack so you can follow my travels and my photography.